Next topic, modulus of a complex number. Before entering in it, we can see the absolute value or modulus of a real number. The modulus of a real number is measures the distance of the number from the origin along the real line number. Along the real number line. If it is 0, 1, 2, 3, here -1, -2, -3. This is a real number line. The modulus of 2 is from 0 to 2, we have 2 unit length, that is 2. That is modulus or modulus of a real number 2. The modulus of -2 is also measures the distance of the number from the origin. Distance of the number from the origin is 2 unit, that is 2. So for negative number and positive number, the modulus value is from the origin to that number, that is 2. 0, the modulus of 2 is also 2. Modulus of -2 is also 2. The modulus of complex number measuring the distance of the number from the origin in the complex plane. Similarly, the modulus of a complex number is measuring its distance from the origin in the complex plane. Take a complex plane. This is a real axis and this one is imaginary axis. This is real line, real axis. This is imaginary axis. If I mark a point here, x comma y, z equal to x plus iy, I marked here, taken z as here. Now, this is the origin. So, the modulus of z is nothing but the distance from origin to the complex number z. Origin to the complex number z is taken as modulus. If I mark the x plus iy in the ordered form, x comma y, coordinate form, x comma y, x is real axis, y is imaginary, then this lies in the x unit in the x axis, real axis, and y at a distance of y unit in the imaginary axis. Y unit in the imaginary axis. So now that z, yz will be equal to root of, by Pythagoras theorem, drawn perpendicular to x axis here. So by Pythagoras theorem, yz will be equal to x square plus y square. This yz is nothing but modulus of z. Distance from O to z, origin to z is known as modulus of z. So modulus of a complex number z equal to root of x square plus y square. This x is representing a real part and the y is representing imaginary part. We can rewritten as sum of squares of square root of sum of squares of real and imaginary part. Real part square plus imaginary part square. So square root of sum of squares of real and imaginary part is the modulus of a given complex number. For example, if z equal to 5 plus 7i, z equal to, can take 2 minus 3i here. Modulus of z equal to root of, this is in the form of x plus iy. For real part x we have 2, for imaginary part y we have minus 3. So squaring here 2 square plus of minus 3 square equal to 4 plus 9 equal to root of 13. This is the modulus of z. This root 13 is the distance from the origin to this complex number 2 minus 3i. So similarly, for modulus of I equal to, here we have only real part, imaginary part, no real part appeared here. It can be written as 0 plus I, which is equal to root of 0 square plus 1i, that means the imaginary part is 1 square, that is equal to root of 1 equal to 1. And for 1, it is a real number, we can take it as 1 square equal to 1. And then for minus 12i is taken, that is equal to modulus of 0 minus 12i, that is equal to root of 0 square plus 12 square equal to root of 144 equal to 12. Root of 12 square equal to 12 we can write. So this is the modulus of a given, how calculating modulus of given complex number. This is a way to calculate modulus of a given number. If z equal to x plus iy, then z bar is nothing but it's a conjugate. Z equal to x plus iy, then it's a conjugate z bar equal to x minus iy. Z equal to x plus iy. So conjugate z bar equal to x minus iy. Now modulus of z, calculating modulus of z, that is equal to root of real part square plus imaginary part square. Similarly, calculating modulus of z bar, which is equal to root of real part square x square plus imaginary part minus y square. It will be again the same value of x square plus y square. So we can infer that the length, distance from the origin to a complex number and distance from the origin to its conjugate all are equal, both are equal. So we can conclude a result here which implies z is x plus iy, a complex number, conjugate is z bar x minus iy, then modulus of z equal to modulus of z bar. We can infer that modulus of z is equal to modulus of z bar. Now multiplying z and z bar, z is x plus iy, then z bar is x minus iy. Multiplying both will derive a result. Already we have utilized when taking conjugate and multiplying, those typical sums we have utilized. Z equal to x plus iy, which implies z bar equal to x minus iy. Now multiplying z into z bar, x plus iy into x minus iy, which is in the form of a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square, x square plus iy whole square, which is equal to x square minus iy whole square. Now x square minus I square y square, I square is minus 1, so minus y square, that is equal to x square plus y square. So z bar equal to x square plus y square. Now modulus of z square equal to x square plus y square. We can have modulus of z square as x square plus y square. Here z into z bar is also equal to x square plus y square. We can substitute x square plus y square as z modulus of z square. From this we have derived one result, z bar equal to modulus of z square. Here there are two different results we have proved. These things will be applied in the forthcoming exercises. So modulus of z equal to modulus of z bar. Here we have calculated, and multiplying z into z bar, it will yield x square plus y square, that is nothing but modulus z whole square. So here we have derived one more result, z bar equal to modulus of z square. Now we are moving to properties of modulus of complex numbers. Properties of modulus of complex numbers. The first one is modulus z is equal to modulus of z bar. This is very important result. Modulus of z equal to modulus of z bar is one of the property. First property. Now for the second property we have first one, modulus of z equal to modulus of z bar. The second property is modulus of z1 plus z2, modulus of z1 plus z2 is less than or equal to modulus z1 plus modulus z2. This is familiar in the name of triangle inequality. This is known as triangle inequality. Modulus of sum of two complex number is always less than or equal to modulus of sum of two complex numbers is always less than or equal to sum of their moduli. Sum of their moduli. Modulus of sum of two complex number is always less than or equal to sum of their moduli. Then the property number 3, modulus of z1 and z2 equal to modulus of z1 and z2 equal to modulus of z1 into modulus of z2. That is modulus of product of two complex numbers. Modulus of, here modulus of sum of two complex number. In the third case, modulus of product of two complex number is equal to product of their moduli. Here strictly equal to product of their moduli, but in the second case it is less than or equal to, always less than or equal to sum of their moduli. So that is these are different in the inequality. Here inequality applies, here equal to only appears. So for the fourth property we have, and modulus of z1 minus z2, confuse this property. Property number 4, modulus of z1 minus z2 is always greater than or equal to modulus of absolute value of modulus z1 minus modulus of z2. Absolute value of modulus z1 minus modulus z2. This is property number 4. Modulus of difference of two complex number always greater than or equal to difference of the moduli in a modulus, because modulus means it should be positive quantity, so modulus is applied here. And then for the fifth property, modulus of z1 by z2 equal to modulus z1 divided by modulus z2, where z2 is non-zero complex number. Where z2 is a non-zero complex number, then quotient of modulus of two complex number equal to quotient of their moduli. Here z2 is non-zero complex number, that is very important. Then question number 6, property number 6, and we have this property, modulus of z power modulus z power n, modulus of z power n will be equal to modulus of z power n equal to modulus z whole power n. Modulus of z power n equal to modulus z whole power n. We have already learned this type of property in conjugate. Z bar whole power n equal to zn power bar. Z power n whole bar equal to z bar whole power n. This is in the conjugate property. Now here we have the same thing in modulus also. Modulus of z power n will be equal to modulus z whole power n. Both are equal, where n is an integer. Here n is an integer. N should be integer. N is an integer. And then the seventh and eighth properties are, seventh property, real part of z is always less than or equal to modulus z. Very important property this thing. Real part of z is always less than or equal to modulus of z. And imaginary of z also, imaginary of z also less than or equal to modulus z. Real part of z less than or equal to modulus z, and imaginary of z is less than or equal to modulus z. For example, here is 3 more results. The first one is modulus of z1 plus z2 plus etc plus zn is always less than or equal to modulus z1 plus modulus z2 plus etc plus modulus zn for n equal to 2, 3, 4 etc. That is more than 2 complex numbers should be taken. 2 or more than 2. And then here the product of modulus of product of n complex number will be equal to product of their separate moduli. That is z1 z2 etc zn. Modulus of z1 into z2 into etc into zn equal to modulus z1 into modulus z2 etc modulus zn. It can extend to n number of complex number. First we have modulus of z1 plus z2 is less than or equal to modulus z1 plus modulus z2. Those results are extended to n number of complex numbers. Then product is also extended to n number of complex numbers. Now here the modulus of difference between two complex number, that represents distance between two complex number in complex plane. For example, if we take two complex number in the complex plane, real and imaginary, chosen a real imaginary axis. If z1 is here and mark z2 here, the distance between z2 and z1 and z2 is calculated by the formula modulus of z1 minus z2. It will give us the distance between two complex numbers z1 and z2 in the complex plane. If z1 equal to x1 plus iy1 and z2 equal to x2 plus iy2, then modulus of z1 minus z2 equal to modulus of x1 plus iy1 minus x2 plus iy2. That is equal to subtracting corresponding real part x1 minus x2 plus I into corresponding imaginary part. This minus inside will get minus iy2, taken minus I is common out, so y1 minus y2. Multiply inside we will have x1 plus iy1 minus x2 minus iy2. Grouping the real numbers, we have real part, we have x1 minus x2, and taking out common I, then the imaginary parts are y1 minus y2 within the modulus. So modulus of x plus iy means root of x square plus y square. So here we have root of x1 minus x2 whole square plus real part square plus imaginary part square, y1 minus y2 whole square. So the difference between difference between two complex numbers is nothing but distance between the two complex number z1 and z2. So whenever you need to calculate the distance between any two complex number given in your problem, utilize this formula. Modulus of z1 minus z2 equal to root of x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square, where x1 and x2 are real part of the first and second complex number, and y1 y2 are imaginary part of the first and second complex number. Question number 1, exercise 2.5. Find the modulus of the following complex numbers. Subdivision 1 is 2i divided by 3 plus 4i. So applying modulus of 2i by 3 plus 4i, which is equal to, we can separate the modulus by the property. So modulus of 2i divided by modulus of 3 plus 4i. So taking modulus value, here only imaginary part appears. So root of, this will be equal to 0 square plus 2 square divided by here root of 3 square plus 4 square. That is equal to root of 2 square is 2 and divided by here 3 square 9 plus 4 square 16, that is equal to 25. So root of 25 equal to 5. So we can write it as 5. So 2 by 5 is the modulus of the first one. Then second subdivision is given as, for second subdivision, the question is 2 minus I by 1 plus I into 1 minus 2i plus 1 minus 2i by 1 minus I. This is the given complex number. First of all, we should simplify into rectangular form. Then we can apply modulus. Here, just cross multiplying the values, we'll have 2 minus I by 1 plus I into, plus 1 minus 2i by 1 minus I, 2 minus I by 1 plus I plus 1 minus 2i by 1 minus I. Just cross multiplying 2 minus I into 1 minus I plus 1 minus 2i into 1 plus I. Look at the denominator here, a plus b into a minus b, a plus ib into a minus ib equal to a square plus b square. We have learned in earlier classes, a plus ib into a minus b equal to a square plus b square. So by use of it, we can write it as 1 square plus 1 square, that is 2. Denominator is 1 square plus 1 square 2. Because this is in the form of a plus ib into a minus ib, we can write it as a square plus b square. Now multiplying the numerator, simplify, we'll have to multiply this real to real, imaginary to imaginary. You can directly go with the short form. Just write the real part here, imaginary part here. From the first complex number, real part 2, imaginary is minus 1. From the second complex number, real 1, imaginary is minus 1. Now calculating the product, just multiply real to real and imaginary to imaginary, change its sign. So multiplying real to real will get 2 and the imaginary to imaginary will get plus 1, change its sign minus 1. For both product we will get real part and then plus I into, to find its imaginary, just cross multiply the numbers. 2 into minus 1 minus 2, 1 into minus 1 minus 1, leaving the sign, and then just cross multiply, you will get the imaginary part. Plus, now moving to the next complex number, real part, imaginary part. Real part is 1, imaginary is minus 2, and then here real part is 1, imaginary is again 1. Now cross multiplying real to real and imaginary to imaginary with the change of sign, we will have 1 into 1 1, and then multiply imaginary minus 2, change of sign plus 2, we have completed the real part, and then leaving the sign and just cross multiply the 2 plus I into 1 minus 2, this is imaginary. So totally we have the denominator 2 in the denominator. Now we can simplify, then take modulus. Simplifying, we will get simplify this one, which is equal to 1 minus 3i, and then plus 3, 1 minus 2 minus I divided by 2. Now adding the result, corresponding real part 1 plus 3 4, minus 3i minus I minus 4i divided by 2. Now separate the denominator to both real and imaginary, we will get 2 minus 2i, get 2 minus 2i. So to find the modulus now, absolute value or modulus of 2 minus I by 1 plus I plus 1 minus 2i by 1 minus I will be equal to modulus of 2 minus 2i, because these two results are equal. So instead of taking modulus for this one, I can take modulus for the last simplified answer, that is equal to root of 4 plus 4, real part square 4, then imaginary part square 4, that is equal to root of 8. It can be simplified as 4 into 2, can split it into 4 into 2, 4 into power 4 square, so 2 root 2. Its answer is splitting the square root, will get a 2 root 2 as its a modulus value. Third subdivision, 1 minus I whole power 10. So modulus of 1 minus I whole power 10. We have formula modulus of z power n equal to modulus z whole power n. So by use of the property, which is equal to modulus of 1 minus I whole power 10. So modulus of 1 minus I is root of 1 square plus 1 square whole power 10. That is equal to root 2 power 10, which you can rewritten as 2 power half whole power 10. That is equal to 10 by 2 5. So 2 power 5 is the answer. 2 power 5 is its modulus value. Easily we can calculate by use of this property. Then the fourth one is subdivision number 4. 2i into 3 minus 4i into 4 minus 3i. 2i into 3 minus 4i into 4 minus 3i. We have another property, modulus of z1 and z2 into z3 equal to modulus z1 into modulus z2 into modulus z3. It can be extended to n number of complex number in product. So we have 3 complex number in product here. So applying modulus, we can split into 3 different modulus. Modulus or 2i, modulus of 3 minus 4i into modulus of 4 minus 3i. We can split the whole entire product as different product. Here easily we can find the result. Root of 2i is here a real part missing, so real part, imaginary part square 2 square, and then into root of, here both real and imaginary appears, 3 square 9 plus 4 square 16, and here also root of 4 square 16 plus 3 square 9, that is equal to root 2 square. Root 2 square is 2 into, this is totally 25, root of 25 is 5, again root of 25 is 5, so we will have 25 into 50 as its modulus value. So modulus of 2i into 3 minus 4i into 4 minus 3i is equal to 50. Now first sum is completed.